everybody, welcome back to Darvanalee Designs Studio. For those that don't know, my name's Nicole Reed and today we are here again on location. That's why it's a little bit echoey, so I do apologise for that. And we are going to do a little bit of diamond painting together, do a little bit of a whip and chat. Yeah, see how things are traveling and all that sort of stuff. So I don't have all my lights and everything with me, but you know, you're getting the general idea of what's going on and all that sort of stuff. So let me just move my camera back a little bit. There we go. That seems to be all good. So I'm still working on my my Christmas one. Basically, I have had, as you know, I hurt my arm last October and basically it has not healed properly or as quick as I would have liked it to. So yeah, there's that. Excuse me for a moment while I just grab out my putty. So yeah, so I've just been taking it easy with the diamond painting and all that sort of stuff. I'm using the Zesty Lemon diamond painting putty, and this is from Admore Zest. You can check her channel out. I'll link that up down below. And I got this in the Christmas Advent box that I got from Admore Zest. So I actually really like it. I've been having a lot of fun using it. It lasts a lot longer than the wax, that's for sure. Still getting used to it though, but yeah, I do enjoy it when I use it. So I do apologize for the lack of lighting. You know how it is when you travel, you can only take so much stuff. I was hoping to get out here and do it earlier this morning, but the phone has been ringing off the hook today because my partner is getting absolutely hassled because we've got council elections coming up. So all the councillors that are running and whatnot are hassling the heck out of him. So we're just trying to figure out a game plan, which we're not too sure what we're going to do. So it's, yes, it's becoming a bit of a pain in the backside with the councils and that. And, you know, we know that it's just because they're trying to put on a good face and all that sort of stuff and, you know, look like they're doing something, and just very convenient that they've left him alone for over 12 months now, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're, you know, we've got to buy council elections coming up and they're on the doorstep hustling him. So yeah, but anyway, he's working through it, but it is causing some stress, and it's still stressing me out as well because I'm not there to help him and, you know, navigate through it and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, we're just at a loss. Well, like as Brendan said, because I don't even know what they want from me at this stage, because they say one thing, do another, and then come back and say another thing. He goes, and I said, well, it sounds like they're just trying to, you know, come up with an excuse to shut you down, which they can't, because the property is, you know, he's not violating any environmental laws or anything like that. He's not doing anything illegal. Yeah, so, and we own the property, so they can't, and it's owned industrial, so the only way they can get around it is zone it residential, and they're not about to do that because that then affects all of the areas, industrial area, because that's where we're at. So yeah, so they can't exactly do that. That's the only route they can take. And because, you know, we're not a wreckers or anything like that, it's just a holding yard. So really, there's nothing they can do because it is actually just a holding yard. So anyway, so I've been dealing with that this morning with him, just being on the phone to, you know, so we can work through it and all that sort of stuff. It just sucks that I'm down in Brisbane and he's driving and the phone keeps ringing and it keeps dropping out because he's heading to Toowoomba and it just drops in and out, which makes it very frustrating. Yeah, but anyway, I'm sure we'll work it out in the end, and I'll keep you posted about that. But anyway, as I said, I am on location and I'm down with Mia, and we've been having just pretty chill days. We haven't done anything because she's been going to school, and so I've been trying to get as much as I can get done. I've been filming still. I've done a bit of reading as well in the past week. I'm just about to wrap up for a reading vlog that I've been doing for the other channel, and basically that is because I did a readathon called Battle of the Girl Bands. We've got our last day tomorrow, which is the 1st of March, is the final wrap up for me because I'm in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm pretty sure I'm the only Australian in the, I'll have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that is the only Australian on the teams. I can't remember. I think I am. But anyway, which is fine. It just means that I get an extra day to finish everything up. So I've got a vlog coming out for that. But that is like 2 weeks. And I've got one book to finish, which I will finish today because I'm part of the way through it. That won't take me long to finish. I think I've got maybe half to go. But, I've got a bit of driving to do this afternoon and all that sort of stuff to pick up little Em, which will be good. And she's asked, I think she's actually enjoying having me here because even though she's still going to after school care, she's enjoying it because she's actually leaving earlier. Because normally, because her mum works and they've got to catch public transport and stuff like that, which will change next month when she gets her car on the road and she gets her license because she doesn't have her P's yet. So she's been catching public transport, and so they leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. Thereabouts, between 6 and 6:30, and then Mia gets to school whatever time. I think it's 7:30 she gets to school, and then basically she then doesn't get home until after 7 o'clock at night. So it's a big day for such a little girl. So we've been leaving a little bit later, which takes me a little bit longer to drive because I hit the traffic. So I said to her, we'll leave a little bit earlier, but I'll pick you up earlier. So that's what I've been doing. So I didn't hit the traffic this morning because we left before 6:30, which was good. And so we did that, and she got to school at 7:10, which was okay. She had breakfast before she left, and then I said, if you get hungry because it's a big day, have a second breakfast. And then she goes, yeah, I will. She goes, I'll have some toast because they have breakfast there because it opens at 6 o'clock, and parents have got to take their kids somewhere, and it's at her school, so it's not as if she's got to go anywhere else. It's actually part of their school, which is absolutely fabulous. And I call it the OSHK, which is, what's it called? I can't remember what the acronym stands for now. I can't remember now, but I know it's got something to do with after school care. And so it's on site and everything. So I'm just basically dropping her at school, and then she's supervised, and they do cooking and all sorts of stuff. Because when I got there yesterday, one of the teachers said, I know Mia will help us do some cooking. So they grabbed her and off they went and done some cooking, and it makes it nice and easy. And then after school, she asked me to pick her up a bit earlier today, which I'll probably, and then she changed her mind to the same time. So basically I decided that I was going to pick her up around the same time. So that means that I will leave here about 10 to 4 and I get there about 4:30. Unfortunately, we hit a lot of traffic but on the way home, but it's okay. We just listened to Amari on the way home. She loves it. She gets in the car, she goes, can I listen to Amari? And I'm like, yes, you can. So we are almost finished the first one, which is Amari and the Night Brothers. And for those that have got great grandkids out there, it is a great little supernatural series. It's sort of, my friend Neva actually explained it really well. It's almost like a Men in Black, but kids Men in Black. And so Amari has discovered the supernatural world, and she's in search for her brother who has gone missing. And it's just great. Like I think she's like in 6th grade, maybe 7th grade, that from her age. And so so it's a story surrounded her, and and just her personal growth and all that sort of stuff, and feeling like a little bit of an outcast and whatnot. But it's so fantastical, and so like Mia loves it. So as soon as she said, as soon as she knew I was coming here, she goes, make sure you bring Amari. I said, yeah, it's on my phone, hun, it's fine. And we're just doing the audio book. But at night, we've been laying down on my bed and we've just been having the audiobook going, and she's been reading along with it, and she just loves it. And I've got the second one there because the third one actually comes out this year. So we only listen to Amari when we're in the car normally, but it's only been since we've been here that she's been listening to it at night and reading along with it, which has been really good for her to wind her down for the day and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully she's having some nice relaxed time while I'm here, because she doesn't have to get home as late. Because, you know, you're getting in the door after 7 o'clock. It's basically eat dinner and go to bed. Because you've got to get up early the next morning, and it's huge. It's a huge day for an adult, let alone a little kid. So it makes it super hard for everybody. So I'm happy that I'm here and I'm able to give her a little bit of respite for that for the next several weeks, which will be good. That way she can catch up on some sleep, and then she's on school holidays. Whatnot, but she's not coming up to Kingaroy for the school holiday. She's going to, they've got a whole heap of stuff planned for the vacation care, and she wants to go to that, and I've said, well, that's fine, that's absolutely fine if that's what you want to do. So that's what she's going to do on that. So, which I'm happy for her to do, because I mean, really, up at my place it's pretty boring. You know, I've got to work still, and I've got to work around her, and, you know, there's really only the pool to go to, which is fine. I have no problem with that, but it gets a little bit boring for her, because at least this way she can play with other kids and, you know, hang out with them and have a good time and remember her holidays for all the things that she's done and all that sort of stuff. Because we don't really go away or anything, because we've got to work and whatnot, so it makes it hard for, you know, to bring an 8-year-old in. Like, the girls are not busy working, and I mean, Savannah is away at school, so she's not always there, and Brennan has been super busy with work as well, so he doesn't get really to spend some time with her, so it's just easier. I mean, life is busy for everybody. I'm sure there's lots of people out there that can relate. And I know it's hard for everybody at the moment with the cost of living and everything. It's not a fun time out in the big wide world right now, but you got to do what you got to do, right? And yeah, so anyway, we've had a little bit of a talk about her behaviour at school and stuff. Has been a bit screwy of late, so we've had a bit of a chat about that, and I just put down tiredness. She's just tired. And that, you know what kids are like when they're tired. They just act out. They get angry. They get frustrated. I mean, it'd be good if I was down here, you know, full time, to help them out, you know, because that's what I feel like a gran should be able to do. But I live so far away. I can't be down here. You know, my work would start to... I'd have to give up work, basically, and yeah, I'm trying to put Savannah, like, we're all trying to cut our costs and all that sort of stuff and get Savannah through uni. But, you know, and again, like, it's not ideal, but they can't move out where we are because the simple fact is there's no work, and while it's a great place to bring up kids and stuff, it's not ideal for her mum, because there's not any work unless, you know, she goes into a different profession, and she really doesn't have time for that. So at the moment she's got to just, yeah. I mean, eventually it might get to the point where she's got no choice but to move out there just for the cost of living in a city and whatnot. Living in Brisbane is pretty expensive, so I know it's costed me a bomb in fuel. Like, I can't believe how expensive fuel is at the moment. And I haven't noticed because I don't leave the house, because my work is at home and all that sort of stuff. So I don't have to leave the house. So that's always interesting when I've got to put fuel in my car. It's like, holy mother of... It's just like, wow, that's costing the bomb. But it is what it is, and I get to spend time with little Em, which is fantastic. Tonight's going to be the issue, because she has fought me all week and I haven't fought with her about... I'm just not getting into it with her, because, like, at the end of the day, I didn't come here to fight with her about her homework and all the rest of it. So this week we've had all the excuses under the sun. I have a headache. I didn't bring home a pencil. I can't find my homework. which was found immediately. So yeah. So today's the last day that she can do it. So it's like, you know what? This afternoon when we get home, you will be doing your homework, and I do not want to hear any ifs or buts about it. It's not that hard to do, so you can just get in there and get done. She doesn't have a lot to do. There's some, I think there's some math, but oh my god, she's just like her mother. Her mother used to do the same thing. She used to fight with me, and in the end I basically turned around and said to the teacher, you know what, I don't see my kid all day, and then she comes home and you want me to fight with her. And then she goes to school and you want her to come home again and fight with her again. I'm not doing that. I'm not up for that. And so I basically am going to say the same thing. When I take her homework in tomorrow, I'm just going to say, you know what? I don't get to see my granddaughter very often. I'm not here to fight with her. And that, so I'm sure you'll be able to work it out. And that, I mean, really, it's homework. Can't learn it. I know that they do homework in the lower grades and all that sort of stuff for revision and assignments and all that sort of stuff, but I mean, really, yeah. And I don't know what to do. Like, my daughter says to me, you know, I don't know what to do, Mum. She just doesn't want to do her work. She's not interested. And I just keep saying to her, you know, you were exactly the same. That with the non-compliance of school and all that sort of stuff. I don't know what to say to you, because I basically ended up just going, you know what, I'm going to pick my battles, and this is a battle I do not want to pick, because you cannot force someone. If the one thing that I have learned in my life, you cannot force someone to do what you want to do just because society expects them to do it. And I just said to her, you know what, think about all the things you've learned since you've left school, and that you enjoy learning. Maybe she needs to go to a school where she just gets to do her own thing and subsequently she learns. I said, as long as she can read and that, and you keep up the reading and all that sort of stuff, and she loves the joy of reading, we won't have an issue. It just means that we might have to catch her up a little bit when she's older and whatnot. I said, but it's up to you. Like, you work full time. Do you want to fight with her every day too? Like, it's, yeah, like, and it just makes me wonder, like, you know, like, I never had this problem when she was at St. Mary's and in Kingaroy, and my daughter even said when she went to St. Peter's down here, never had that problem either. And I honestly think it's this school, because there's been nothing but problems, and I know Mia well enough to know that when she's doing this sort of stuff and acting out, there is something else going on. There is something, someone is usually picking on her or something like that. You know, and we also, like last year, there was some issues as well, and we found out that there was actually an issue where there was a little girl that was picking on her all the time, and it wasn't until, like, they were saying that she wasn't going to be able to go to after school care because of the way she was acting out and all that sort of stuff. And I said to my daughter, I said, tell the teacher, find one of the teachers and tell them just to watch Mia and find out what's going on. Watch who she's playing with and all that sort of stuff. And sure enough, there was this little girl that was giving her grief, but because Mia is so vocal when someone's wronging her, they were focusing on Mia because they were seeing Mia get angry, but this other person scamper, like, it was like cowering and all that sort of stuff. Not cowering, but that's probably the wrong word, but, you know, looking like they were being the submissive one and she was being the angry one, but they were seeing the end of the conflict, not the beginning of the conflict, where this little girl was victimizing her and basically telling her, I don't want to play with you, and just being mean, like, as kids are. Kids are just mean. Like, let's face it, they have no filter and they're mean. So yeah, so there was that, and it wasn't until, you know, Dumb Jane put her foot down and basically said, you know, she doesn't do this stuff. Like, this is not normal. Something else is going on. You need to find out what is going on. I'm not there, so I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, there was that. And believe me, I'm not making any excuses for Mia, because I know Mia can be a pain in the backside sometimes, that, like, most kids can. But the reaction that she was getting, I just kept saying, this is not her normal behaviour. This is not how she reacts. So, yeah. And she's had a couple of outbursts at school, and basically I put it down to her being very tired And also, which is nothing you can do because that's where her school is. That's where she's got to go. It's just part and parcel. That's what the day is, because it's got nothing even really to where the school is. It's just that that's her day because that's her mother's job that she's got to do. So, and of course, you know, they can't afford to get a in-house babysitter or anything. That's why I'm down here for 3 weeks, because at least most of my work is transportable. Like, I've got a line of quilts and everything, and everybody that's dropped their quilts in knows that that I'm down here and no quilting will be getting done, so they're okay with that. But still, you know, like, I can't be down here all the time because my job is at home as well. So I just don't know. I have no advice for my daughter at this stage, and I feel very helpless for her because she's trying to do the best that she can, but she just keeps running into these brick walls, and I just don't, I don't know what to say to her except, you know, just persevere. Like, the penny, she goes, when is the penny going to drop? I said, it may never drop, hun. Like, this may be just how she is. Like, you just have to find something that calls to her. I said, and she loves reading and she loves audiobooks. Maybe, you know, get her, you know, get her the library app, get her a cheap tablet that she can listen to audiobooks on, but, you know, that you can connect to you still have control of. But if she's learning about things, you can get educational things in audiobooks and stuff like that. If she's taking it in, she may be just an audio learner, which is not unlikely at all, because her mum is very much an audible one as well. So, yeah. And also, you know, she likes doing that because she's been around books all her life. It's one way to still get her educated. I mean, if she's got a vocabulary and she's learning about the world around her and stuff like that, you throw a couple of non-fiction ones in there. Like, she loves documentaries and all that sort of stuff. There are ways to teach her without her actually having a formal education. And, you know, as much as I don't want to say it, you know, formal education is not everything for everyone. And I know that there'll be some pearl clutchers out there freaking out about that statement, but you know what? Think about it. Think about those kids that you know that just don't fit in and just don't do well at sitting still for 6 hours a day. She's one of those kids. What am I on for? 7. So yeah, so that's where we're at with that, and I'm sure we'll find a result and whatnot, but I sort of sympathise because I've been through it, and I went through it with her mother. As much as I want to sit there and go, well, now you know how I felt, I'm not going to do that, because that's not going to help. That's just being petty. And but you know, I think there is a little bit of karma at play here, because and I giggle because, not that I wish this upon her, because this is so stressful when all you're trying to do is work and you've got a kid that's just getting you, you know, you're getting calls at work all the time because, you know, your kid's not behaving and all that sort of stuff. It was one of the reasons why that I ended up having to give up work and go to work from home, because I was getting called out of work all the time for her mum because she was refusing to do her work and all that sort of stuff. And yeah. And basically with, and it wasn't really that she was at school and stuff like that, but it was phone calls about, you know, not doing her homework, or she was not getting along with people because of whatever reason and whatnot. And basically I ended up having to just give up work when she went into high school. I just thought, you know what, this is obviously going to be a trend. I need to be available. I need to make more of a presence and all that sort of stuff. So I volunteered at the school. I was there for her all the time. Plus I also had narrowly going into prep at the same time. So I just, you know, I wasn't earning a great deal of money. So it was easy for me to just go, you know what, I'll just stay at home and I'll be there for the kids if I need to get called out, because I didn't know what was going to happen with Narrowly, what her attitude towards school. Thankfully, she just slotted in and behaved herself and didn't cause me too much grief. But yeah, in the end, like I I know sounds really rude, but I never met the principal the whole time that my eldest daughter was at high school. Never met him once. And we had some serious issues happening and with violence and all that sort of stuff. Her whole grade was just, they were all the wild kids in one grade. It was almost like Fight Club down there at one stage. But anyway, it's a great school. Like Savannah did really well and all that sort of stuff. And then I had Neralee's year, which was a bit problematic, and I ended up pulling her out. But that was just more, I don't even know how to categorise Neralee's situation. I just didn't agree with the school suspending a child for first offence, using the phone actually before school and whatnot. But when my eldest was going there, it was a bit of a problem. There was a couple of social groups that were causing a lot of issues and all that sort of stuff there. And as I said, they were out of control that year. Subsequently, I had issues with my eldest daughter, and I got so fed up with getting phone calls and all that sort of stuff. As I said, I quit work. But there was one instance where, as I said, I never met the principal. I only ever spoke to his assistant, and she rang me one day, and this was after months. I think this is like she was in year 9. So this had been 2 years of them ringing me all the time, going, "What are we going to do? How are we going to combat?" And I'm thinking to myself, well, evidently I don't know what I'm doing, because I've got this child out of control and all the rest of it. And I'd had enough. This one day, I just had enough. And this assistant rang up and said to me, I don't know what are we going to do about this? And I'm like, I just turned around and I got so sassy with this. So I ended up apologising to her a couple of days later when I seen her in person. I got so sassy with her. I said, "Pauline, you're ringing me as if I have the answers. If you don't have the answers, what makes you think I have the answers?" And I hung up on her because I was so emotionally fucked up, is for lack of a better term, from this kid just tormenting, other kids, tormenting her sisters, just being a plain pain in the backside, like not coming home, like fully went off the Richter scale. This was at this point in time, and it was not long before she left home after this. And nothing was going on at home. It was just me and the girls. Brenna was working away. She had everything she needed, and she had and a few extra wants and all that sort of stuff. She was doing karate, and she was doing sewing classes, and she was doing all the things and whatnot, and basically was just being a spoiled little brat, for lack of a better term. So anyway, I did this as I said, I went and apologised face to face. I didn't think it was an apology that needed to be done on the phone. It needed to be face to face, because I was flat out rude and all the rest of it. But then when I got there and I apologised, she goes, "Actually, I'm glad that you said that." She goes, "Because you're right, I was ringing you as if you had all the answers, and evidently none of us have the answer." And I said, "All right, so what are we going to do about this?" And they said that, and that's when they also said, and I had already come to this conclusion, there is nothing we can do if she doesn't want to be here. And basically all we can do is, they said, obviously, detentions aren't working, punishments aren't working, she's not adhering to the rules and all that sort of stuff, so we can either expel her or she can leave of her own volition. And I said, "Well, can you give me another 6 months?" Because she had only just turned 14. So she must have been in the beginning of year 8. Yes, she was in the beginning of year 8 when this was all happening. So we'd had a year at the school. And I said, "Can you just give me a couple more months?" And they said, "All right, we'll just give it until," I think we were in just the start of second term. So they gave me until third term, and by the time we got to third term, she was off the Richter scale, and by that stage, she wasn't talking to us anymore. She had made contact with her biological father, because Brennan is her stepfather, and basically arranged for him to pay for airfares for her to go over to Western Australia. And I didn't know what else to do. She wasn't talking to us. She'd walk past us in the street. Like, we actually had no control over her in the end. She was just walking out of the house and all the rest of it. She'd actually walk past us on the street and not even acknowledge our existence. She could walk right beside us and I'd be, hey, how are you? And try and, you know, keep the conversation open and all that sort of stuff when she was coming home from school and whatnot. And she would just walk straight past us. And I'm like, okay then. And then when all this went down, I went, okay, you can go off to your dad and maybe that might be what you need and all that sort of stuff. And off she went. Well, that went to hell in a handbasket real quick. And subsequently, yeah, we ended up with Double Jane back over here and very pregnant. Because, you know, he's obviously a great parent and had control over the situation. But anyway, it is what it is. And now we're at the situation. And that is a lot of personal information that I have shared on and off over time, but never how bad it really got. I don't think I have. Probably have. Who knows? Been doing YouTube for a long time. But now we have this situation where I actually said to her, I have no idea what to say to you because I didn't have much success with you. So yeah. And but I just keep saying to her, you know, like there's not much you can do. If she doesn't want to be there and she wants to carry on, then she's going to carry on. I did have a talk to her, like I said to my daughter, I will have a talk to her and see if I can't make her understand that if she keeps doing this, because she's in grade 3 this year, and if she doesn't do her work and doesn't get with the program, they're going to hold her back, because this will be the year that they hold her back. So yeah, which is going to add to more problems, because then she's going to be older than everybody else when she gets to high school by a year. So she's going to be like 19 before she can leave, which is not great. So yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do. If anybody's got any suggestions, I'm open to them, but be nice, okay? Be nice. Try that. Try to be nice. For those that feel like they need to victimize me. Obviously I've been getting a lot of crap from people on the internet lately, and so I've just got to the point now where if you're not nice, you're not on the channel. It's getting very frustrating for me, and yeah, I'm just here doing my craft, mate. Like, just, yeah, be nice. That's all I'm saying, is just be nice. If you do have any suggestions, please do let me know. Homeschooling is out of the question because they can't afford to do that. Rents are too expensive. They don't own their own home. So yeah, I mean, my daughter is trying to get herself together and get, you know, try and get a loan, but even still, like, whew, I don't even think I'd be out, like, you'd still be paying that much each week anyway, because that's what it costs. It's just wild, absolutely wild. So I will keep you posted, no doubt. I'm going to be here for 3 weeks, so I'm sure I'm going to hear more. I mean, they're not ringing me, they're ringing Dama Jane, and she's over in Perth at the moment working. So, yeah. Hopefully she'll settle down a bit. And, I mean, she's obviously not getting that downtime too. Like, I know when, like, as an adult, I know when I push myself harder and harder and harder to do more and more and longer hours, and regardless of what you all think, I do actually take time for myself and all the rest of it. It just seems like I don't. I'm very good at, of late I haven't been, but up until the end of last year, I've been pretty good at just taking time for myself and also time management and getting videos done. I am trying to get myself back on track. And whatnot, but I know how tired I get and how frustrated with the world I get and all the rest of it. So I can only imagine for a 8-year-old to be pulling hours. Like, she gets up at 5. She always gets up early anyway, so that's no different. But she gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and basically goes to school, is flat out at school, playing with her friends and all that sort of stuff, goes to after school care, then gets on a bus and a train to come home in the afternoons, and basically she's not getting home till 7 o'clock, and then she's got to come home, she's got to eat dinner, you know, have a shower and all the rest of it. There's no time there for sitting down and reading, watching a movie, relaxing and all the rest of it. So yeah, and I don't know how they're going to get around it, because she's still going to have to go to after school care regardless of where they live and all that sort of stuff, because her mum's got to work. So yeah, and I'm feeling mum guilt because I can't be here because I live 3 hours away, you know, which I can't be here 5 days a week. I don't live in Brisbane, so, and I can't expect them to move because there's no work there. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So we need Mia to get with the program. And this is not an easy feat. Like I short of actually having someone that moves in here and she offers, you know, free rent, you know, but then that's a risk in itself, because you don't know the person, you don't know if they're going to gel, you know, and then if you've got her out of daycare, like not daycare, after school care and all that sort of stuff, it makes it really hard. So yeah, just makes it super hard, and I don't have a solution for her, or even a direction for her to, except for, you know what, you're better off not fighting with her about it, and it'll be what it'll be. And yes, I know you want her to have a good education, but it might be a case of you give her the good education she needs when she's older and not now. So yeah, that's where we're at. But other than that, me and I are having a great time. We've been watching America's Funniest Home Videos. I don't know what channel that's on, but it's it's so, I used to watch that, Australia's Funniest Home Videos, when it was on TV years. I don't even know if it's still on TV or not, because I don't have regular TV. But yeah, I used to watch that years ago, because it was the only thing that was on a Tuesday night that was halfway decent. And yeah, we've been sitting down and watching that and having a giggle, and it's been fun. That some of the things are a classic. But and you forget how far videos come, like how grainy some of these home videos are and all the rest of it. You forget how far our cameras have come and whatnot. It's been a fun time watching those, and you know, we've just been chilling out and doing it. We haven't gone for walks or anything like that. I think that she's just incredibly tired. And she's really liking the fact that I'm picking her up early, so she must be like some of the last of the kids getting picked up, because there are some parents that work in the city and don't finish until like 5 o'clock, so, and then they've got to get there. So yeah, I think that she's probably one of the last kids to be picked up, and she wouldn't be the first kids to be dropped off, because they leave here at between 6 and 6:30. But yeah, it's just wild. I'm hoping that the car situation will be a bit better, but I don't think that's going to be a case where she will be picked up any earlier, because her mum finishes work when she finishes work. So it doesn't matter whether she's on public transport or in the car, it's going to take her some time to get to where she needs to get to and then get home. So, yeah. But I am going to, I have noticed that the last couple of nights Mia has woken up as well, so she's been quite restless. So I'm going to have a bit of a chat to my daughter and see if she's been sleeping, because if she's not sleeping, that will be exacerbating the situation of her being grumpy. Because I know when Mia gets tired, she is not a nice person. I don't even want to be around her. So yeah. bad name. But yeah, thank you for listening today. I really do appreciate it. Sometimes just talking about this sort of stuff actually helps me to vent what I'm needing to get out. Like, it helps me formulate some ideas and stuff like that. So I do appreciate you listening to me, because, you know, just me talking about it, sometimes I can come up with an idea that will help, you know, and whatnot. But at this point in time, I am at a loss for what is going on and whatnot. So yeah, it's good to be back at diamond painting and whatnot. What am I covering? L. Thinking, what am I doing? L. L is what I'm doing, the symbol. I haven't done any. This is the first time I've done diamond painting this year, and that was not supposed to go there. Get that out. Put that one back in. So yeah, and for the most part, my arm feels pretty good. It's still really sore, like when I pick things up, but I've been trying not to use, and it's my dominant arm, so it's been painful in that aspect that I forget, and it drives me absolutely mental. Yeah, but I've got to get this done because it doesn't have much. I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 6, and this one, 6 sections to do. I just couldn't do any more before Christmas because my arm was just hurting so much. So I just thought, you know what, it's fine. I can put it down. It is okay to do that. So that's what I did. All right, so as I said, thank you so much for listening to me today. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to continue on with this and get this section finished, but I'm hoping to be back doing diamond painting every week now. I'm just going to push through. I've been doing yoga and stuff like that, so that's been helping my arm get some strength and whatnot. But as you can see, we've got all that section almost done. I'm going to continue doing that because my partner is trying to ring me again, and so I have to go. But again, thank you very much for listening to me today. I really do appreciate it. If you've got any ideas on how I can combat this and help my daughter navigate this time, I'd be greatly appreciated. As I said, be kind, because I just can't deal with any negativity right now. It's just driving me to distraction. Again, I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. And as always, keep crafting, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.